If you're planning on getting married this year and haven't finalized your plans, I may have just found the perfect spot for you right here in Springfield, Tennessee. Right in the middle of Springfield's historic district sits a very colorful 1800s home. The Carousel House, as its owners call it, is a thing of beauty, a wedding and special event venue.
The Carousel House was originally built in 1896 by Sam and Virginia Morrow, who were from Robertson County. They were tobacco barons. They lost the farm or the house in about the middle 1930s due to the Depression. It went to the bank for a few years. It was a boarding house. And the family that lived here for more than 60 years was the Bentley family, who bought it in 1940. They pretty much raised their whole family here. The lady of the house passed away in 1999, and I think it was auctioned off for the first time since 1940 in 2001.
And then when did you buy the home?
We bought the home in May of 2007, and it was in pretty bad disrepair, and we have done a complete restoration on it with the purpose to share the home for weddings and receptions and corporate events. We just feel like that anything that's 120 years old needs to be shared, and we thought that that would be the best way to do that.
So you live upstairs, but you keep the downstairs open to the public, is that right?
Correct. We have our residents upstairs, and we have the downstairs, pretty much the entire part of the downstairs, and the lawn, the outside gardens, and the area is dedicated for weddings, events, and corporate events.
So why did you decide weddings would be the thing that you wanted to focus on? What about weddings that was so special to you, I guess?
I guess I've just always had this vision of a Victorian home with lots of love and happiness in it, and of course, along with the weddings comes the beautiful gowns and just the love and the family that goes along with those kinds of occasions.
Mm-hmm. How much fun is it to live here?
After about the first couple of months, you don't see anything any grander about living here than you would anywhere else. When we first looked at the house, we were in awe with the space of the house. And it has great acoustics because the ceilings are so high and everything. And the things that furnish it, we've been collecting for many, many years. I've had to take a lot of it out because I've had to make room for everything. So, but it's wonderful. We love the downtown area of Springfield. Very friendly. We love it here. Would not want to go anywhere else.
And as far as just the business itself is concerned, are you noticing more and more people are wanting to get married here? Can they get married here, have receptions here? You tell me exactly what goes on.
Yes, we do weddings, receptions, we do elopements. We can do up to 150 people. We have an on-site officiant. We can do all-inclusive. We can do the floral. We can do DJ. So we can do all-inclusive weddings. We love to do corporate events and bring out-of-towners, from downtown Nashville or surrounding areas. I had an executive dinner last summer, and it was so cool seeing all the gentlemen that were from Norway, Sweden, Switzerland, all the areas of Europe sitting on the front porch drinking iced tea. So it was just really wonderful to see that, and for them to see the hometown feeling of Spring Hill and Springfield, and they love the colors of the home. And my husband was what I call the paint master. He, with my final approval, he chose most of the paint colors and the detail of the home.
Now, the name Carousel House itself, is that something that you all named it, or was it named the Carousel House way before you guys bought the home?
Actually, we had already contacted the family that lived here for 60 years and asked them if we could use their name, which is Bentley, so we were going to call it the Bentley House. But we had vacationed in Amelia Island, Florida in December of '09, and there was a beautiful Victorian home right across from where we stayed, very similar to this with the big wraparound front porch that had a big full-size carousel horse on the front porch. And I told my husband, I said, honey, I said, I want a house like that, and I want a big old carousel horse on the front porch. So we were just talking one night, and I mentioned, I said, I can get my carousel horse now, honey. I said, I have a porch to put it on. And he said, well, why don't we just call it the Carousel House? So that's how it came. It couldn't be more Victorian, whimsical, fun, and just the whole general era of the Victorian.
Sounds like you all are very happy that you bought this home.
It's been a labor of love. It's been a lot of work, but we are at the end and just ready to share it and open this home and this space to lots of events, lots of great gatherings.
What do you like about the job that you have here?
Oh, I love my job. First of all, I love to meet people. I'm such a people person. And when they come in the door, I just love the fact that I can help them with their visions of what their event will be. And I love to make magic happen. And we just love to just welcome people here in the Carousel House. It just makes us so happy.
What's the first thing people see usually when they walk through the front door?
When they walk through the door, they see just a beautiful, first of all, this place is just, it's enchanted, it's romantic. And when they walk in, they see it lavished. And the first thing that draws my eye is the chandeliers. They are just amazing. When you first walk in, you first see the parlor, of course, and it doesn't have a fireplace in it, but the grand staircase just makes up the difference for the fireplace. It's amazing in itself, and that's where most of our brides walk down. But if you start in and you walk through the front doors, to the left is our front parlor. It has a fireplace in it, a beautiful chandelier, and we use that for sit-down dinners. We also can use that for a ballroom or dances. We use the rooms for many different things here at the Carousel House. We have businesses, corporate parties, weddings. We can manipulate the space here at the Carousel House many different ways, and we go through, when you first walk in the door, we do a walkthrough, give you a tour, and talk about how we can use the space.
Now, the room we're currently shooting this interview in, talk about this room just a little bit and what it's like.
Well, this room is amazing, and a lot of magic happens in this room, and it usually always, it smells fantastic because we do a lot of buffets in this room. This is actually the dining room, and as you can see, it has a chandelier, a side buffet. It's amazing, and the table is just full of food with Schaefer's, and it's just outstanding.
What kind of feedback do you get from brides and grooms, I guess, as well, after they've had the weddings here or the receptions here?
Thank you for making my special day perfect. We've enjoyed this time so much, and we couldn't have picked a better place.
And I would have to think, as a wedding planner or designer, that would make you feel really good, right?
It does, and I absolutely love it. And I fall in love with the couples because I meet them before their special day, and then I help them through everything from timeline to menu choices to what they want their special day to be. And then the final day comes and they get married, and it just ends up being so special. I'm just so glad that they're happy, and I'm glad that they're married.
Yeah. I'm sure each wedding is different, and each reception might be as well. But how much work is involved with one wedding, for example?
For one wedding, there's a lot of footwork. You know, I go through, we sit down, we find out what they want in the first initial meeting, after they've decided, of course, to choose the Carousel House. And then what we do is we do an outline. We talk about the menu, just like I said a minute ago, but we go through every specific details. If they want to bring something in, if they want extra props, I do all the footwork for them, design the package, and see it through and budget for them. So basically, they get to show up, they're here for their event, or they're here for their party if it's a corporate event, and they walk in looking great, and they are just ready to just have a great time.
For more information on scheduling a wedding, reception, or special event, you can contact the Carousel House at 615-212-2185. Reporting in Robertson County, Barry Hyatt, NCTV.